Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Moto. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the 2024 XR150L. I hope everybody is doing well. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a lousy day here in Connecticut. That being said, I wanted to get a quick walk around and review of the XR150L by Honda. This bike is as bare bones as it gets, and it's actually a lot of fun because of that. It's pretty simple, it's very reliable, it's easy to ride, and those are just a couple of reasons why I like it. So I just wanted to give a quick 360 and then also go over some of the specs. So starting off with the engine, it's a 149cc air-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke engine. It's going to be paired with a 5-speed manual transmission. In the front here, you're looking at 7.1 inches of travel, and in the rear, you're going to have a single shock at 5.9 inches of travel. It's got a 32.8-inch seat height. It's got 9.6 inches of ground clearance, and it weighs just over 280 pounds. So it's going to be pretty beginner-friendly as far as the seat height goes. You're going to be able to take this on some basic fire roads, maybe some single track, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Fuel capacity is 2.8 gallons, and that includes a 0.7 gallon reserve. And as you can see on the other side here, it is carbureted, so you will need to turn the fuel on and off. There's the fuel petcock, and then the carburetor is just in the back there. That black lever is going to be your choke. In the down position, it's off, and then all the way up is choke on. So my initial impressions on this motorcycle, it's actually a lot of fun to ride. I've owned a lot of motorcycles. I've owned fast ones, slow ones, pretty much everything in between. And there's something to be said about a simple Honda motorcycle. You know this thing is just gonna work day in and day out, and it's gonna be a fun ride. It's very smooth, it's very approachable, especially if you're a beginner. Also, with the price tag being of just over $3,000, if you're a beginner and you're looking for a first do-it-all motorcycle, this is a pretty good option. Now, keep in mind, when I say do-it-all motorcycle, I'm talking more about street and dirt. Because it's only 150 cc's, you're gonna have a tough time on the highway. I've had it about 50, 55 miles an hour. That's in 5th gear, pretty much revved out. You might be able to go a little bit faster, but I probably wouldn't recommend staying at that speed for too long. I've got a local college campus near me, and just driving it around there, up and down the roads, in some of the little dirt trails that they have, has been a lot of fun. Because of that low seat height and the relatively low weight, this makes a pretty good beginner bike. If you're new to motorcycles and you're really not sure what type of riding you want to do, whether that's street or off-road, this is a pretty good entry-level motorcycle that's going to allow you to do a little bit of both. These DOT tires do have some slight knobbies, but they're really not aggressive at all. You'll be able to take it on some gravel roads and maybe some single track if you're brave enough, but they're pretty smooth for the road and definitely more road orientated. But one thing I forgot to mention, it does have a disc brake in the front. However, it has a drum in the rear. Not really a big deal, but just something to consider when purchasing this motorcycle. Taking a look at the handlebars, you're gonna have your high and low beam, your turn signals. As you can see, it's blinking on the dash. You're gonna have your horn. And then on this side, you're gonna have your brake reservoir for the front brake. You're gonna have your engine stop or kill switch, and then you're gonna have your start switch. It's got a halogen headlight, halogen blinkers, as well as a halogen taillight in the rear. Now, Honda did need to cut costs to keep this bike at just over $3,000, so you're not going to get adjustable suspension. It's a very rudimentary bike. You do have a drum brake and a carburetor, and those things don't really bother me. And if you're a beginner, I don't think they should bother you either. At the end of the day, you're gonna have a Honda motorcycle, Honda reliability, and this thing's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, I've owned a lot of bikes, and driving this around town, going to the grocery store, just going to CVS, whatever it may be, just running errands and just taking this out on the weekends has been a blast so far. I only have about 60 miles on it, but I definitely plan on increasing that as I ride this, as you can tell, pretty much rain or shine. A couple more things if you're a beginner to keep in mind with this motorcycle, because it's only a 150cc engine and the cost of the motorcycle itself, you're probably going to pay less for insurance versus something like an R3 or a beginner sport bike. And talking about seat height one more time, it's 32.8 inches. I am 5'9", 5'10" with boots on, and I have no problem whatsoever flat footing this. The suspension will sag a little bit, so if you're on the shorter side, I wouldn't worry at all. So to summarize, I think this is a great bike whether you're a beginner or you're an intermediate or even an expert rider. It's a fun bike to add to the garage. It's very inexpensive to own and operate. It's very fuel efficient, and overall it's been a blast. Now, before I let you guys go, I just want to give a huge shout out to the Mayo66, and he's on Instagram, and I think he's also on Reddit as well. And he's going to be hooking me up with some Supermoto rims for this motorcycle. I'm going to cut out to a quick clip of those rims. He did a great job. He was very easy to communicate. He's actually located in the Philippines. And that being said, very easy to communicate. I was able to reach out to him on Instagram using the Mayo66_. And yeah, once again, if you're in the market for this motorcycle and you're considering putting Supermoto rims on it, I highly recommend reaching out to this guy. Once I get tires on those rims, I will show them on this bike. I'm hoping to do that relatively soon. I've been a little busy with work, but that'll definitely be a future video. Other than that, the only modifications I plan on doing to this motorcycle are maybe different handlebars, slightly beefier handlebars, handguards, and maybe different grips, because these are a little bit chintzy. But other than that, I'm gonna keep this thing pretty much stock, you know, throw those Supermoto tires on, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. It already comes with a pretty neat rack here, so if you wanna throw like a milk crate or something on here, it's a pretty solid option for taking things along with you. One quick thing I want to mention is I did go ahead and remove some of the emissions as well as the passenger foot pegs. This bike does normally come with passenger foot pegs mounted there, and the same on the other side, as well as obviously emissions, but as you could tell, I did go ahead and remove that. I don't really care for the emission stuff that are on these motorcycles. I think that they make it run a little bit warmer. I'm no mechanic, but I have seen people have issues in the past, and I try to simplify the machine as much as possible, so that's why I went ahead and removed it. So anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. A very short and a very simple video, but it's for a very simple and fun motorcycle. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was Motor Moto, and ride safe.